Hey everybody, this is Joey or Rowan. Gong Hey Fat Choy. It is the year of the snake. And I thought I would add a talkie video to my candle video yesterday and expand on it a little bit more. Talk a little bit about the year of the snake and why I celebrate it maybe. And I won't go into the horoscope side of it because there's tons of information all over the internet depending on your particular Chinese horoscope, so you can go look up your year online. It's so easy to do. But I thought I would talk about it in a pagan sense and in a personal sense. So in a personal sense, I've always been really attracted to the Chinese horoscopes, and I was a little bit sad to find out when I was younger that I was born under the year of the ox, because I was like, ugh, of all the amazing animals, and I get ox. Great. But I've always been really attracted to the Chinese horoscope. I've always felt something about it, and maybe it's a past life thing. Maybe I was like Chinese in a previous life, who knows. And also I love Asian culture, Asian food, so much more than most cultures in the world. Not all cultures, but they really do attract me. I think they're amazing and interesting, and the history is rich, and the horoscopes just seem so more in tune with nature, perhaps. So I've always been really attracted to it, and I have always observed the Chinese New Year. And obviously the Chinese New Year starts on I think it's the first new moon before spring, which is a little bit more pagan-y than say the Roman calendar, because we obviously observe the shiftings and signs of the moon. So that makes sense to me. Obviously I'm not Chinese, so there is that, and I can understand people being like, you're not Chinese, me. But a lot of pagans worship different gods from all over the place, and they don't have to be of that nationality to embrace that culture, and if something speaks to you, you should follow it, in my opinion. So today we're going to be celebrating Year of the Snake. I've painted my nails snaky. It's not showing up very well on the web camera. Ugh, it's two shades of green. They're both A England, and one's St. George and one's Dragon, so they're technically, there you go, that's a bit better. They're technically dragon shades, but you know, dragons are serpents. I mean, it's different in Chinese in symbology, because we've obviously just come from the dragon into the year of the snake, so maybe that has some hidden symbology there that I didn't think of as I was putting my nail varnish on, as we go from the dragon to the snake. So there you go. We're going to have some Chinese food. We have a few starters, and I'm going to cook up, and fortune cookies. I'm going to cook up a Chinese dish later this evening, and I love Chinese food, as I probably have said on many occasions, so that's how we're going to celebrate it. And it's also the new moon tonight, which I mentioned in the candle video. Now, on the new moon, I have been instructed by the powers that be to observe the new moon esbat, which I wasn't originally going to do. I was only going to do the full moon esbat originally, but I got led to do the new moon. And the new moon is a really great time for shifting, getting rid of the old, getting rid of negativity, cleansing yourself, cleansing your home, cutting negative ties, just getting rid of all negative nonsense. Declutter, de-stress, start afresh. So I mentioned this on my other video very briefly, and I think it came to me that with the Year of the Snake being tonight today, as well as the new moon, the energies are doubled. So there is that idea of shedding the skin of the snake. So you shed off what you want to be rid of, what is confining you, what is stopping you from growing, and you embrace the new skin. So it's doing away with the negative twice over for the new moon and for the Year of the Snake, and then going into a more positive future perspective as we start a new Chinese New Year and a new moon cycle. So doubly over, that is a really fantastic energy to tap into and, you know, observe. You could even have little Chinesey things if you are going to do cake and ale ritual. You could have a little Chinese food and a little bit of wine or something, or whatever, if you wanted to. No one's saying anybody has to do anything, you know, but it's an idea, it's a theme. So the snake is an interesting thing to actually meditate on, the symbology of the snake. Obviously the snake was taken by the Bible and made evil. And yet in every other culture, it whilst sometimes has a sneaky aspect, because of it going through the grass and being camouflaged and whatnot. In most other cultures, there's some really interesting symbology of what a snake is. In the Chinese one, I believe, it's like a symbol of beauty and family and being well off and being well fed. It's said if you find a snake in the garden, it's a symbol of that the family will be prosperous and have plenty of food for the oncoming year. Then obviously you see it in terms of within the medical industry. You see a snake symbol in there, and it's because it was to do with knowledge, and that is tied into the whole Bible thing as well, because obviously snake, evil, eat apple, gain knowledge, don't be innocent anymore. But in other cultures and other places, that has a much more positive connotation, like the symbol of the snake being wisdom and knowledge and learning and business and things like that. So what I suggest is that you meditate on what the image and what a snake means to you. For some people it's going to be like a sense of apprehension, a sense of fear, a sense of phobia, and for other people it's beauty and cunning and camouflage and secret knowledge and hidden knowledge and learning. They're also very adaptable, and you know, there's a fluid motion to them that's really interesting, that ties in with sort of, it just makes me feel like this, like the energy is like this, and I can't put that into words any better. It's just like the energy is flowing and moving and constricting and stretching and moving and adapting and changing, and that's what it symbolises for me, the sort of ability to survive and adapt and change to life around us, situations around us, and so forth. It can be really interesting to have a look at snakes within stories and within movies and things like that. I've forgotten what his name is. The snake in Jungle Book. Gnome? Is it Car? It is Car. Let's find some quotes from Car. I'm sure there's some interesting ones. He is hypnotizing in Jungle Book. And he shows a sort of sense of intelligence and humour as well. Just trying to find it, see if I thought I saw a good quote earlier. Oh well, never mind. What the whole point of this is that you can go and see how snakes are portrayed differently in different cultures, in different stories and things like that. And it's a way of changing perspective. So instead of just thinking of them in a negative light, you can think of them in a more positive way. So, for example, snake as a totem animal is a symbol of eternity. Now, the symbol of eternity is as well as an 8 on its side. So the way the snake coils around can be seen as a symbol of eternity. It's a powerful symbol of transformation and healing. So that ties into the medical profession, using the snake as a symbol. If a snake totem comes into your life, your creative forces are awakening, your intuition will sharpen and be more accurate. Snake energy is the energy of wholeness, cosmic consciousness, and the ability to experience anything willingly and without resistance. It is the knowledge that all things are equal in creation. It also can symbol transitions in life, new opportunities. It is vitality on a material level, it is ambition and dreams on an emotional level, on a mental level it is intellect and power, and on a spiritual level it is wisdom, understanding and wholeness. Snake magic is heavy magic. Become the magician and transmute the energy and accept the power of fire is also one of the symbols of Thoth, which is my Egyptian star sign. So there you go. So that you see how you can get little things and little ties in, and then you see how it changes from that. I believe that's where the snake for medicine comes from, the whole idea of Thoth, because he was healing and knowledge in ancient Egyptian times. So, to complete, this is a really great time today and in the day that follows, maybe, to bring into that idea of celebration, of family, of transition, of change, of the beginning of one cycle, of the ending of another, to shed what we no longer need, to take away that layer of skin that throws the water bottle on the floor, the layer of skin that we no longer need, and get rid of, and then embrace the new through intuition and wisdom and new opportunities. So that's going to be it for this video. I just thought I would expand a little bit on what I said yesterday. So that's it for this. That's it for this video. I hope you have a wonderful new year of the snake, or a new moon, or just a happy Sunday if you don't celebrate any of these. So many blessings.